just fell on my face a little bit more. Oh, the internet is not good today. Was it 2 disconnects in how many minutes? 5? Oh gosh, I hope it doesn't do the same thing for the rest of the stream. It always does this sort of thing. I think what's really happening is that either the cat or one of my roommates are stepping on the cord, and then that is causing a temporary disconnect. Because I have a 100-foot Ethernet cord that's going through my house right now. So I'm suspecting that to be the case. I joked about this before, but I really need like a spy cam for my Ethernet cord, like 2 or 3 of them, so I can monitor and see if anybody really is stepping on the cord every time. Like a spy in my own house. So I could be like, haha, you were lying about not stepping on my cord. I have video proof right here that you have been. Something like that. Offend me, ninja? Never. Never, ever. And yeah, I do wear glasses. I usually wear contacts, but I've been wearing glasses more and more often. It just depends on how I'm feeling that day. Sometimes my allergies are too much and my eyes are too dry to wear contacts, so on those days I wear glasses as well. Today I was just lazy. We've got into just Bargainburg, like near the top of it. I feel like we've gone pretty close to leaving Bargainburg, but I don't have any frame of reference. I'm playing this blind, even though Campbell spoiled it for me that I think there's like a winter portion after Bargainburg, but that's all I know. And I did find the DLC area, which apparently I'm not supposed to go to. So we're not gonna go there. I think it's the screen above this one where there's like a entry point to go to the DLC. And that's kind of like a winter area as well. So we're not gonna go there. So the screen above this one is the furthest I've been, I think. Woo! It's hard for me to make that jump across that you'll see in just a moment. Here we go, right here. To get from the rooftop, I guess you would say. Like right here. This jump is the most difficult for me right now. We're trying to formulate a strategy that I can use every time so we don't have to worry about it. The lava level. What is this, Mario? Wait till you get to the lava level. Wait till you get to the underwater level. I wouldn't even be surprised. How would an underwater level even work? Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know if I agree with that statement for every Game Boy Bundle, but I wish there was some sort of, I don't know, thing to tell you that you're going into DLC. That's all I want. I just want it to somehow alert me that this is a DLC. Like maybe with like a mini title screen or something at the beginning of the area, just so I know. Otherwise, if somebody hadn't told me, I would have kept going. It's to the left of this screen. I would just kept going to the left and just skip the regular game altogether. Yeah, it definitely seems like an extra little side thing. I didn't know. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think I've made it here before. Help. Oh gosh. I don't want to go. I don't want to go down there. Okay. Okay, we're fine. Full jump. Woo! Regular jump. Ah. Okay. This is good. Oh, okay. Dang it. What do I do if I get here? Okay, good. How many different ways can I fall down that chute? Let's find out. Okay. So, I get up here. Whoa! Oh, it's the bird. Hey, bird. Give me the coin. The ring, actually. Are rings just currency in this game? I feel like I'm playing Sonic. No, don't jump! Oh, no. At least we got that high. That's the furthest we've gone so far. This is good. This is progress. I say as I slide. Is Pog the same as Poggers? I don't really know what Pog means. Is Pog like a surprised face? Because I think that's what I imagine when I see the word Pog. I'm not up to date on all the cool internet slang. 34 screens. Yep. 34 screens down. How long would that even take? That'd be like a full minute falling, wouldn't it be? Like if each screen took 2 seconds to fall down. Okay, so Pog is kind of like a surprised face. I also imagine like that one man's face. But that's like the Pogger's face, I think, right? Or is the Pogger's face the frog? Oh gosh, I don't even know. Why is it called Pogger? Is it because it's a frog, so it's like Frogger? Ooh, that could be it. I think I'm onto something here. That means I need to make an emote of a hedgehog doing the Pog face, and we can call that Hogger. That would work, right? How did that one not work? I don't think I held down the button all the way. Okay, perfect. So that is what I was thinking of. That's the man I was thinking of when I hear of the word Pog. So is Pogger something else? He's Ryan Gutierrez. Is he must be a Twitch streamer then, right? I learn something new every day. Let me go. Let me go up. There we go. Bargenberg. I didn't hold it down all the way. There we go. Oh, you can jump all the way over there. Okay. You just have to be on the edge, I guess. Okay. Poggers is better than Pog? Is it, like, more surprised? So it's like the difference between being surprised and like shocked. And then Camel comes in just with his moon emote. Oh. Oh wait, it's my emote. JK. I forgot I put that as my Franker emote. Moon hasn't used it yet. Actually, he might have. He might have used it once. Away I go! Woo! Okay. So I have to do like a big jump to get past that little roof part thing, but then I end up just falling anyways, so... Curious. I get a little bit nervous in the sewer part because I don't want to fall all the way back down to the bottom. Because the first jump in like the sewer area is really hard for me. Because that can throw me all the way back down to the forest if I do a bad enough jump, you know? There we go. Oh! Let me reset that. Let's go back. Let's roll it back. So, I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately. I mean, I always watch a lot of YouTube. But, I've been watching YouTube while I've been playing, Jade Cocoon 2. Because I'm trying to beat Jade Cocoon 2, but the more I play Jade Cocoon 2, the more I realize how grindy it is. So in order to get past the grind, I have to kind of watch something else while I'm playing it. And Jade Cocoon, for those of you who don't know, is, I think it's a PS2 game? PS2 game that's, it's like a monster raising game, that sort of thing. I really like the atmosphere of it, but it gets really grindy, but I promised myself I would beat Jade Cocoon 2, so I've been powering through that game like crazy. But I was playing Jade Cocoon the other day, right? And I found this video on YouTube, and it was basically of a TV show. I didn't pay for it, don't worry. It's on like YouTube TV or something, and God knows I don't have a subscription to that. I have a subscription to everything else, but not YouTube TV. I'm not that desperate yet. But I was watching this tattoo show. I love tattoo shows. It's like my favorite thing. But I was watching this show where it's like two people who hate each other go onto this MTV show. I think it's MTV who makes it, because it's very trashy. Kind of reminds me of the show where people are invited to just fight each other. What is it? Not Letterman. Can't remember the name right now. But basically it's like these two people who hate each other, like this guy and then like this other guy absolutely hate each other because the guy slept with his girlfriend, which is a whole other thing. But these two people hate each other and they get to pick secret tattoos for each other. I don't know who in their right mind would go into a show with their most hated enemy and have them pick out a tattoo. So you could just imagine how many atrocious tattoos are done on this show, and they just say like the most horrible things. Like I watched one, and this guy these people don't do the tattoos. They tell it to the tattoo artist, of course, and the tattoo artist is pretty darn good, but it's still like really vulgar stuff. And one of them was like a tattoo of the guy, but he has a butt face, and it's like right on his chest, right here. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And a part of me wishes it isn't real, but it looks real. And they show them like tattooing it, so I know it's real. But anyways, that's been my guilty pleasure. So I've seen like all 118 tattoos that they've done on that show, and it gets really, really bad. Also, Camel, you want a compliment? Let me think. A compliment for Camel. Hold on, I'm processing. I was really starting to get going on the whole tattoo thing, so I have to do like a U-turn in my brain for a moment. Try to think of a compliment. Let me think. I don't know what to call this certain screen or this certain like scene in your Twitch channel, but I like this scene with like the, I think it's Be Right Back or Starting Soon scene or whatever. I really like how that looks on your channel. I think that's a compliment to you, right? Does that count? But the one with all the, you know, being in space and all the little cats and stuff. I remember seeing that for the first time and I thought it was the coolest thing, and I still do think it's the coolest thing. Yeah, the coolest BRB screen ever. Exactly. There's your compliment. Does that counts, right? Because it's something that you have. Now you can sleep well. All right, good night, Camel. Hey, Zordon, how's it going? Okay, so one of the tattoos I saw was a man having his own face but with like a butt face tattooed on him, and that was pretty bad. There was also like this really weird episode where it was a couple who went on this tattoo show, right? And they're pranksters, I guess. I don't understand the whole prank lifestyle. But these two people are pranksters, and literally the boy tells the tattoo artist to tattoo the words "you're dumped" on his girlfriend and a picture of a toilet. So that's on her back forever. It's a tattoo of a toilet, and above it says "you," and underneath it says "dumped." And oh my gosh, this girl saw her tattoo and she started crying, and I felt bad. I felt bad for watching. I'm like, should I stop watching? And then she's like, oh my gosh, you're dumping me? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, oh. I was on the edge of my seat. I was on the edge of my seat when I saw this, and she started like walking away because she didn't want the cameras to see her. And the guy steps forward, and he's like, babe, wait. And she turns around and she's like, what? You literally tattooed a toilet on me that says "you're dumped. What do you have to say to me?" And he's like, babe, it's just a prank. And he's like, it's just a prank, babe. And like, you could see she looked confused at first, but then she started laughing. These crazy people just started cracking up, and it was weird. And then she ended up tattooing like a baby on him or something, because she wanted to say that she wanted a baby with him. And I don't know. It's just, I don't understand the whole, you know, basing your life off pranks sort of thing. I don't like prank YouTube videos or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. And then I saw that episode of the tattoo show, and I couldn't believe my ears or my eyes that she was completely fine with her boyfriend tattooing that awful thing on her, and then now their relationship is as strong as ever. I was bamboozled. I was very confused, and I still don't think those people are real. They're obviously holograms. Trying to think of what else. I watched so many of these episodes, you guys. I watched at least like 3 hours of this garbage. So you don't have to. You don't have to watch this show now. I'm not even going to say the title of the show because I don't even remember. But I'm sure if you looked up like bad tattoo show on YouTube TV, you can find it. But yeah, that one stood out in my mind. Because these people are like, you know, popular YouTubers and stuff. Trying to think of another one. There's a lot of them that I just can't even, I can't speak of. They're in my head, but I can't speak of it because it's too graphic. You just have to see it to believe it. Yeah, there's a lot of baby things, like whenever a couple goes on the show and they tattoo something on each other. There's a lot of like the women tattooing like a picture of a baby on their boyfriend, and they're like, I want to have a baby with you. This is how I want to bring it up to you. And the boyfriend's obviously mortified. I'm mortified for him. It's usually like a scary looking baby too. I know, it's so bad, but I can't remove my eyes from the screen. It's like watching something horrible happen, and you're like, yep, I'm just gonna keep watching this. For me, it's bad tattoo shows. That's my guilty pleasure. I don't watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I don't really watch reality TV shows because I know that they're fake. And every reality TV show is like fake in some way. 'Cause obviously you don't see everything that goes on behind the scenes. But tattoo shows are my favorite. My absolute favorite. And I also watched yesterday some of the worst tattoos from Ink Masters. And after watching Ink Masters, I am thoroughly afraid of ever getting a portrait tattoo. Because I've seen, portrait and, what is it, like model, like a full body of a person being tattooed. I've seen those tattoos look really bad. Like, I just don't want a human face on me. Because then they can't mess it up. Because if there's something wrong with a human face, you can tell right away. And that's like, if it's a tattoo, it's stuck on you forever. So I watched some of the worst tattoos, and a lot of them were just like portraits. A really bad one was, I think it's called Tattoo Masters? No, Ink Masters. On Ink Masters was this one tattoo that a guy did, and it was supposed to be of this woman's grandma. So it was a granddaughter and her grandma, and they were so cute together. And the granddaughter's like, oh, I want to remember my grandma forever, so slap her right on my thigh here. She wants a tattoo of her grandma's face on her thigh. Not judging her, it's just I would just be concerned about how that would come out. And this guy who ends up doing the tattoo on Ink Masters totally butchers this grandma's face. Like, obviously grandma's got wrinkles, but this guy goes all out on the wrinkles. All the shading and detailing. And the tattoo of grandma looks way worse than grandma looks. Like, grandma doesn't even look bad. Like, she's a pretty old lady. And it ends up looking like a horror tattoo. It is horrendous. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Your memory tattoo of your grandma looks like, she got run over or something. It was, it was really bad. It was hard for me to watch. And that wasn't even like the worst tattoo. But in my opinion, it was the worst. Especially if it's like a real person you're tattooing. You know how, people on the street, they draw pictures of boyfriends and girlfriends, for like $10 or whatever. Usually you don't want to make the people look bad. Sure, if it's a caricature, you might like make their nose big or give them a goofy smile or something. But you don't want to give them a picture of what they actually look like, I don't think, right? You want to accentuate their best features, so they'll want to, order from you again or see more art from you in the future. They don't want to see what they actually look like, I don't think. And I think it's the same for tattoos, too. I mean, if, like, people, sure, you want to be as accurate as possible, but I don't think getting every single detail, is the most important thing. I think the most important thing is that, one, it looks like the person. It reasonably looks like the person you're trying to tattoo. And two, it looks, you know, like visually appealing. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Maybe some people do want that super detail, but I do not. I don't want that. If I wanted a person tattooed on me, I probably wouldn't want every single wrinkle on their face to be on my body. But that's just me. Decepticon symbol tattooed on his you-know-what? Yeah, I mean, some people, I understand why people have tattoos for, like, sentimental reasons. That makes sense to me. And there's people who want, you know, faces tattooed on them, and I understand that as well, but I personally would never get a tattoo. Sorry, I already have tattoos, don't worry. But I would never get a face tattooed on me. That's my thing. Because there's too many things that could go wrong. And also, it's kind of scary to me that there would be, like, you know, eyes on me. Like, just the whole aspect of, like, a face staring off at you. Like, for the rest of your life because you have a face tattooed on you. No eyes, please. That's the part of the face that I would not want tattooed on me, would be the eyes. So I don't know. Maybe what I need is a portrait tattoo, except without the eyes. That's I guess that's my dream portrait. No eyes, please. Oh, thank goodness we made that jump. Okay. Bargainburg, here I come. Have I ever messed up here? I think I have once or twice. This area is a little bit easy to get through, though. Hello, Bargainburg man. Oh my gosh. Why did I do that? Oh man. Are we gonna get lucky twice? No. Darn it. Alright, that's okay. But yeah, I have two tattoos. I have angel wings on my back, and I have a like little ocean wave tattoo. They're both really basic, I know. Before you tell me I have basic white girl tattoos. I know, okay? But I still love them. My angel wings are my favorite. They're not really big. They're like medium-sized, I guess. Some people are like, woo, those angel wings are big. And then some people are like, they're not big enough. Make them extend to like your forearms. I might get them redone someday. Yeah, they're just, you know, black and white. But, yeah, I really like them. But, my surf tattoo is probably, or my wave tattoo is my most basic tattoo that I have. But I live by the beach. I love going to the beach, so that's what that means to me. I'm sure many other women have the same tattoo in the same place. And will say the same thing if you ask them, why do you have a beach wave tattoo? I love the beach. As long as I like it, right? That's why I try not to judge other people's tattoos, because I know I have a lot of, I guess, cliche tattoos as well. But I'm trying to, I really want a new, like, video game tattoo. But the bad thing about that is that I play so many video games, it's hard to decide on one thing, you know? So it's been difficult trying to think of my next tattoo. Woo! Slide in! Ah! Yeah, and for the two tattoos that I have, I also, when I decided on the tattoo, for like a couple months before I scheduled the date to get my tattoo done, I draw the design like constantly on everything. to make sure that I like it and to, like, you know, have like some sort of rough draft of what I want it to look like so I can give it to the person. So I always make sure that I can partially draw it and also make sure I don't get too annoyed by the design before I get it tattooed on me for the rest of my life. So if I ever do decide on a video game tattoo idea, I usually sit on it for a couple months and practice drawing it until I save up enough money and the time comes. But yeah, the first one I got was my wings tattoo. And that was on my back. It's the biggest one that I have because obviously there's 2 wings, right? I don't have a single wing on my back. There's 2. And that one took 4 hours, I think? Took 4 hours, and it was on my back because I am terrified of needles. So I didn't know if I'd be able to handle something being like on the front of me because then I'd see the person using the needle to tattoo me. But I realized that I'm actually not afraid of tattoo needles. The only needles that really freak me out are like shot needles. That's my biggest fear. Is just getting a shot. I'm a huge scaredy cat when it comes to that. 2 single left wings, yeah. They're just both going to the left. Yeah, I got that tattoo when I was 18, I think. I think I was 18, maybe 19. And I'm like, yes, I'm 18, I can get a tattoo now. So I got my angel tattoo. Oh gosh, no! My least favorite place. Ah! Okay, we're fine. I just had to scream a little bit. I got the tattoo, and I got like kicked out of the house for like a week, I think, after it happened. So, needless to say, my mom does not like tattoos. I was trying to hide it, I think, and then, like, you can see it through my shirt or something, and she's like, oh, tattoo, gasp, and then I just got kicked out. Whee! Pepe laugh. Pepe is the Pogger, right? Wait, is Pepe Pogger? No, those are just 2 different frogs. I'm trying to learn internet culture today. That's my focus. Oh, thank goodness I didn't fall. I wasn't looking at the screen. Is Pepe Frog and Pogger the same frog? Wait, is that why it's called Pogger? It's because it's a... No. Because it's already called Pog. There's already a P in it, so it's not Pepe laughing. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I got kicked out of the house for like a week or something. And then I'm like, well, it's time for me to move out when I was like 18. And my mom's like, oh no, wait, I'm not mad anymore. I was just trying to prove a point or something about tattoos. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I got my wave tattoo. And by that point, she's just like, oh, okay, this is how it's gonna be. She was less mad about it the second time around, I think. It was just more of like a disapproving sigh. Which is, you know, a big improvement from being kicked out. But yeah, it's been quite a few years since I've gotten a tattoo. So I really want to get one again. It's like that tattoo itch that some people talk about, right? Oh my gosh, let me up. Okay, there we go. Oh no. I'm losing my edge. if there was was even an edge to begin with. There we go. Alright, sweet. Hello, desert painting. I think it's a painting. Oh, speaking of painting, look at me with all these different, these different stories. I've been miniature painting a lot lately. I think on Twitter or Discord, I think it was just Discord I posted it, but on Discord I posted this, one miniature painting I did. It was the Demogorgon from, oh gosh, if I don't remember what this thing's called, I'm gonna, Demogorgon from Stranger Things, that's the word I'm looking for. From Stranger Things, and it came out really nice. It did take me 3 hours to do it, but I don't know. I think miniature painting might be my new calming hobby. Oh, the controller stopped working. Oh no! Controller, what are you doing? Well, let me unplug it and plug it back in. That usually works, right? Let's wiggle that around and there we go. Oh, is he broken? Are we good? Oh, there we go. Alright, sweet. That was weird. Maybe my controller was the reason I wasn't doing well. That must be it. But yeah, so I did a Demogorgon, and then I also did like this really gnarly like shadow beast sort of thing. So it's like this big beast with its hands in the air, it had claws and like a long dark cloak on him. And I ended up making him really spooky. At first, I painted red nails on him because I wanted him to be like a fabulous sort of dark shadow ghost thing. But then I ended up covering it with a bunch of like bloodstains and stuff, and it looks so much cooler. So I think I want to like start making like really creepy miniatures. Because while I don't like horror or anything, it's very fun to like, you know, paint little blood splatters and stuff. I think it's because it's very easy to do so. You just kind of like, I don't know, use the paintbrush however you want. And there's not really a wrong way to do it. So I think I'm going this weekend to get some more paints and some more like miniatures and stuff like that. So I'll be posting some more, I guess, D&D related content on my Discord. And probably consequently my Twitter as well. I'm actually going to be playing some D&D this evening. That's why I'm streaming a little bit earlier than I normally would. I'm currently playing a druid that can turn into a hedgehog right now. Of course I am. Ah, too far of a jump. Oh no! Okay, we caught ourselves. Good. We caught ourselves. Oh, I just remembered. Going back to the whole really bad, like, tattoo show that I saw on YouTube, there was an episode where it was two ex-best friends. I forget why they aren't best friends anymore, but the important thing is that they're ex-best friends. And they got to choose what tattoos the other would get. And the first tattoo was, I think it was like a ball and chain around this girl's like ankle, and on the ball and chain it said the friend's name, which is it was very strange, I think, because it seems like they're married or something, but this girl thought it was hilarious. It looked super bad. Obviously the other girl was upset, but then the other friend looked at the tattoo that you know, the other person got her, and it was literally a tattoo of her obituary. It was, oh, I was gonna have a heart attack for her. I was just like, oh my god. Oh my gosh. And just like, how did I get here? How did I get to this how did I start watching this? I felt bad for being a part of it by watching it. But it was like her ex-best friend. I don't know why I put air quotes around it, but her best friend, I guess we could say that. Her ex-best friend, like, literally posted her obituary on her ex-friend. It's just like, oh, okay. All right. It was, I don't even know. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't even know how you'd cover something like that up, because it was really dark. I don't know. I guess you just have to get, like, a whole, you know, like, dark, black tattoo to cover it up. Oh. I'm having flashbacks to all these episodes. I guess I blocked them out of my head as soon as I watched the episode. I must have completely forgotten that I watched it because it was so bad. Oh, so many bad shows out there. Ah! Man, are we gonna get past Bargainburg today? Put in your vote below. Vote now. Oh, man. So, now that I've talked about really bad shows, I guess I should talk about shows that relax me, right? Like, shows that I like watching when I'm about to, like, unwind or go to sleep or, I guess, relax in some way. I love watching house shows. I especially love, like, tiny house. Like, tiny house, like, makers or tiny house hunters. And I think about how cute it would be to live in a tiny house, but I don't think I could personally do it. But they really sell it on these shows. You're like, oh my gosh, like, why aren't I living in a really small home? I could do it. And then you look around at your room and realize how much stuff you actually own and aren't willing to get rid of. So it'd be kind of hard to live in a small house. But I don't know. It's very appealing. It kind of reminds me of the whole, minimalist lifestyle where you only own like a handful of things. But just like in video games, in real life, I do like to have, I don't hoard like I do in video games, but I like to collect things from like my childhood and whatnot. I wouldn't be able to get rid of them. Unless I put them in like some sort of digital format, then that might be a way to like kind of downsize. But I have so many like, I don't know, old posters that I presented when I was like in 3rd grade, or like little journals I used to write in, or diaries. I'm like, I gotta keep this stuff for no apparent reason than to, just look at them every 10 years. And just kind of remember. So I guess I'm a memory hoarder, is what you could call me. I don't hoard many things, but I do hoard anything from when I was like in elementary school. But it's weird because I don't really have many things from when I was in like middle school or high school. I guess I just didn't bring as many things home, I suppose. I still even have my darn penny whistle from when I was like in 1st grade. Do you know how nasty that thing is? I have it somewhere. I know I have it somewhere. I wouldn't throw it away. And I think I can still play hot cross buns on it, in case anyone's wondering about my penny whistle abilities. I can play hot cross buns. I'm really getting my $5 worth on that penny whistle from my childhood. Don't hoard your memories? Okay. I'll try not to be a memory stealer. Oh my gosh, why do I do that? Anyways, in some of my like journals and stuff, I'm just remembering this, but I would talk about things like going to survivor camp. That's why I remember so many things about it. Not because I'm actually remembering it, but because I'm like reading the journal and being like, oh yeah, I did go to survivor camp, or else I would completely forget. I think last stream I talked about how I went to survivor camp, and for some reason I think I had like a survivor boyfriend, and he was on the opposing survivor team, because the kids were all split up into like different color groups, like red, blue, and green. I forget which team I was on, but we did things like, you know, making your own making your own tent and stuff like that, and they would give us like mini tents that we need to assemble. And then making, you know, pretend traps out of, you know, twigs and leaves and stuff like that. It seemed like a pretty cheap camp now that I think about it. Because a lot of the stuff we used was just, like, you know, like leaves that were lying around and stuff. Palm tree leaves and whatnot. And then at the end of survivor camp, we all got to eat worms and crickets. Obviously, I think they were, you know, good to eat. I might have just eaten worms by myself, but the crickets were like the crunchy ones that had like different popcorn flavors and whatnot. And that was like the highlight of survivor camp. Like, you went through this week of survivor camp, and at the end, they promised you that you could eat some bugs. I must have been like the only girl in this camp. I don't have any recollection of any girls being in my team. I love Survivor, man. I grew up watching the show Survivor. I don't watch it anymore, but little Sierra loved Survivor. Hey, thank you so much, Sleepy Muse. 2 years. That is crazy. That's awesome. Thank you so much for the resub. Wow, I've been streaming for 2 years. That's insane. Thank you for all your support, Sleepy Muse. I appreciate it. Are you feeling sleepy today as well? But yeah, so back to the whole having a survivor boyfriend. I guess his name was Scar. I don't know if he told me his name was Scar or if I just gave him a nickname because my favorite movie at the time was Lion King. But I talk about my boyfriend Scar a lot in my diary for when I was like a first grader. And I'm like, who the heck was Scar? Why do I not remember this at all? And I don't think he was imaginary. I feel like he was a real person, but maybe I was just making him up to make Survivor Camp more interesting. Who knows? We were just playing in dirt, so maybe little Sierra was just incredibly bored by the whole camp, so she had to make up some sort of boyfriend named Scar. You're always sleepy, aw. I hope you at least have, like, some comfy pillows or something while you sleep. I always need, like, I sleep with, like, 3 pillows at night. Which I realized not a lot of people do. A lot of people just need 1 pillow for their head, but I surround myself in pillows, or I will not sleep. I am the pillow queen. I'm like, 1 pillow for my back, 1 pillow for my head, and 1 pillow just to hold. TMI, I know. But yeah, I'm trying to... What other things do we do? Oh, Survivor Camp, we also played a lot of Tug of War. Because I think in Survivor as well, they did Tug of War, so... Of course, the teams had to get points by playing Tug of War against one another. And then I think the oldest people on each of the teams, like, were able to make fire, I guess. And then the first person to make fire would win. Obviously, I was like 6 at the time, so I wasn't allowed to touch the fire-making tools. But I remember that as well. Lots of Tug of War, playing in the dirt, and the older kids got to make fire. Really, really getting your money's worth from that camp. is up with me in this, you know, the desert room today? I'm calling that the desert room because there's a desert painting in the background. We have nicknames for all these rooms. Like, this is the cage room. This is the kitchen. Hold on, let me see if I can get to a different area so I can tell you guys my other nicknames for these rooms. This is the flag room, because there's 3 flags on top of each other. This is chandelier room. And this is the desert room. Desert room's hard because it has you go outside, and I always have a tendency to fall to my doom. Either outside of the building or when we get to that last ledge up there that I just fell off of. It's very difficult. And I don't remember too much of, you know, the actual show Survivor. Like, I remember the host. I always thought, I was like, oh, the host is so dreamy when I was younger. And I think I remember, like, this one contestant during season 3 or something. But he was my favorite of all time. His name was Rupert. And he was, like, this big guy with, like, a beard. And he was, like... He was so nice, and, you know, he knew how to survive and whatnot and make good alliances. And for some reason, every time he'd be on Survivor, he'd find, like, 2 idols in a row, which would make him, you know, immune to being kicked off. So he was, like, really good at finding the idols. Or, you know, the producers just placed the idols in places where Rupert would be able to find it easier. That's also a plausible, I guess, scenario as well. But whenever I think of Survivor, I think of Rupert. And I think it was season 3. It was when Survivor just came out. Oh my gosh. Let me up! At least I don't fall all the way down. All right, back in Bargainburg. I'm here. I'm here and I'm ready to jump. Why did I do that? Dang it. Ah! No! Slid all the way back down. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. I wonder what's in there. That little open curtain. I think that goes to, like, an area where you could just easily walk up some stairs. Who am I joking? Stairs would be even harder, I think. Because I have to jump so far every jump. I'll probably throw myself down the stairs and then, or throw myself upstairs and then fall down them somehow. That's probably what would happen. Oh my god, no. No! Oh, my least favorite place is the beginning of the sewers. This place sucks. This jump in particular. Because if you overjump it, you're back in the forest. There we go. Oh, that corner almost got me. It almost got me. I do like seeing him slide, though. I don't like the straight, you know, downfalls. I like it when he kind of, like, slides around. I like that much more better. Much more better. Yeah, sure. That works. I think there's the secret room still up here. Yeah. That's where I got this sweet hat that I have right now. I would have never discovered that area otherwise, I don't think. If Camel hadn't have pointed it out to me. But this hat makes him look so cool. I'm so much cooler now that I'm wearing this hat. Yeah, you definitely gotta be patient to play this game. I try to think of it more of like a test of patience than anything else. So I don't want to fail the test. And the sound effects definitely help to you know, make this game more enjoyable. Like if there was a super annoying sound every time I fell, I wouldn't be able to play this game. That's just a fact. I'd get too annoyed just by like the sound alone. Sound design is really important for games where you have to do the same thing over and over again. So I'm glad this game got that part right at least. Woo! Haha! Perfect. So now I'm thinking about camps, and last summer I was a camp counselor, right? And there was this one camp, and I'm trying to think of which camp I should bring up first. There's basically this one camp where it was called like American Doll Camp, and I don't know what they did all day. I think they just sat around talking about their American dolls, but it was like for, you know, younger kids, younger girls, and they had to bring their own American doll. And I was never a camp leader for that camp, but I still can't imagine what those kids would do all day. I guess they would just, I don't know, just play with their dolls, I guess, all day. Which, you know, could be fun for a couple hours if you're a little kid, but I don't know if you can make it a whole camp. They always seem so bummed out, the American Girl Camp, whenever they had to do, like, actual camp stuff. When we'd play, like, tug of war or something, they'd be like, no, we don't really want to do that. And I'm like, that's understandable. You girls have been in, like, an air-conditioned room for, like, 4 hours. You probably don't want to do tug of war and, you know, run around in, like, the blistering heat for a couple hours. Woo! Oh, that corner almost got me. Gonna be honest. And then the camp that I was in for a couple of weeks was miniatures camp. Now that camp was amazing. I did miniatures camp, and it was all about obviously making your own miniatures and making mini houses and stuff. And we had like a hot glue machine. It was pretty legit. I loved it. And I was one of the camp leaders, so I would help like kids like make mini vets or like mini doctors' offices, that sort of thing. And that camp was probably like the best. Hey Oreo, how are you doing? Yeah, this is the new spot that I'm kind of stuck on. But yeah, we're getting a little bit higher here. There we go. Okay, and we bounce off this wall. Hold on. Whoa! There we go. Perfect. Okay. And then we do this. Awesome. All right, this is the highest we've ever been. Oh my gosh. Woo! Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. The Great Frontier. I've never been here before. How do I get over there, though? Do you guys see that? You see that bird right there? I need to get to that bird. But there's like a little decline right before the bird. How is one supposed to get there? Just jump. All right, yes. I forgot I could jump. Yeah, very carefully. Hey, Minin. Okay. I mean, I suppose... Wait, can I stand on there? Do you see that, like, that tiny bit of land right there? Free real estate? I can stand on that, right? Oh, yeah. Right. Okay, let's try that again. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, look at, she done it. She's done it. Ladies and gentlemen, the jump master is here. You can't laugh at me now until I fall again. Then you can laugh at me. I don't know how to get up there. We'll just have to test it a couple of times. Alright. To find the perfect jump that will work there. But anyways, at the summer camp, I did the miniatures camp, and that was really good. And then I did the balloon twisting camp, which is run by the same lady, this older lady, and bless her heart, she was so nice. I absolutely loved her. It's what made the camps like so amazing. And I learned how to, you know, twist balloon animals. So now I have that as a skill. I think I'm a little bit rusty now because it's been like maybe 9 months since I've done like some serious balloon twisting. But I now have the skill to do it. So I probably, you know, took a lot more from that camp than I should have. All the other people who worked in the balloon twisting camp knew what they were doing. I couldn't even twist a balloon at the beginning. I'm like, so how can I help? And she's like, well, you could start twisting balloons. I'm like, oh, about that. About that. I don't even know how to twist a balloon. She gave me that, like, bewildered look. Like, you know, who assigned you to this camp? But by the end of it, I started practicing outside of camp and stuff, and she's like, you've learned so much. I was like her star camper. Even though I was like the oldest person there besides her. But yeah, that camp was really cool. Even though I was, you know, a camp leader and I felt more like a camper when I was there. But now I can make some sweet dogs. You have the skill to make pizzas? Hey, that's a good skill to have. I've never made a homemade pizza before. I've only stuck them in the oven. That's all I have. That's all I've done. I'm not much of a cook, unfortunately. Oh, those straight downfalls, man. That's what gets me every time. Like, I don't mind slipping and sliding on stuff because I know eventually something will catch me. But when you're free falling straight down, you're like, oh no. This game has no mercy. Okay, there we go. Like, this is kind of bad to admit, but I didn't know how to use an oven until I was like 18, maybe? I don't know. Nobody ever taught me. I'm like, what is this? And then, you know, I eventually learned how to use an oven. Like, it's really easy. It's just that if no one specifically teaches me it, like, I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm really good at using an oven. You need it at 450? You need it 375? I got you. Super easy now. And, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm not very, what's it called? I'm not good at house chores. Or cooking. Or anything that involves being in the home. I barely make it by. Anyways, up until that point that I learned how to use an oven, I used the microwave a lot. I use the microwave all the time. That was my favorite appliance. And now that I'm older, I can definitely taste the difference between something that's been microwaved, nuked in the microwave, as opposed to something that was baked in the oven. It's really apparent to me, but when I was a kid, I couldn't tell the difference. Oh my gosh. I keep falling. Hello, really grainy desert painting. How are you doing? I'm quiet right now because I'm trying to focus on getting out of this castle. But I guess talking doesn't really deter me either, because I've done all of this before talking, so maybe talking is the key to me beating this game. I just need to have like this flow of consciousness where I never stop talking. And then I'll be able to make it to the hot babe at the top. That's all I need to do. I wonder if I'm... Oh my gosh, why did I go that way? Why did I go that way? I lost my train. Oh, I hopped off that train. Alright, we can do this. I didn't jump. I forgotten how to jump, I think. Okay, there we go. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you guys have any really, like, trashy shows that you want to share with me that are on YouTube, or any sort of, like, weird short show that I can watch, I am open to it because I'm trying to beat Jade Cocoon on the PS2. And I need some shows to keep me distracted. So if you guys got anything like, you know, cat whisperer shows or, you know, bad tattoo shows that I can watch for free on YouTube, you gotta let me know. You gotta hook a girl up. But I'm not looking for reality shows. That's where I draw the line. Is the cat whisperer a reality show? I guess it could be considered a reality show, huh? So, scratch that. You can also share reality shows with me. Just don't share with me, you know, YouTube prank shows. Because I always feel so bad for the people who are being pranked in those shows. I can't. It's just, it's too cringy. It's too cringy to me. I'm like, oh. Like, even when I was a kid, my cousin, I think she's 5 years younger than me. She loved ding-dong ditching people around her neighborhood. And I hated it whenever she would do it. But she dragged me to go do it. And my mom would be like, oh, you know, have fun with your cousin. You know, do whatever she wants to do because she's younger than you. And then she'd like be like, I want to ding-dong ditch. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I can't ding-dong ditch your neighbors. Like, I don't know. That's really rude. Like, even, you know, younger me knew that ding-dong ditching was was wrong. I don't think you really have to think about it too much to know how annoying that can be for someone. But then one time I said no, and then she left, and she roamed the neighborhood ding-dong ditching a bunch of houses, and I was by myself, alone in my cousin's house, and my mom suddenly showed up, and she's like, oh, like, where's your cousin? Where did she go? You're supposed to be watching her. And I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, she's ding-dong ditching doors right now? And I got in so much trouble. So then, you know, after that point, we found her, and she was, like, just hanging out outside, and she never told, you know, my aunt and my mom, you know, what she was doing. So it just looked like she was playing outside, and that I was a jerk, and I didn't want to go outside with her. And I never mentioned it. So then from that day forth, I joined her in ding-dong ditching, but I never ran. I just kind of stood on the street. Like across the street, just staring. Would probably make me look like an accomplice. But I wasn't doing the ding-dong ditching. I was just making sure, you know, my cousin wasn't getting lost or anything. But that's my only real experience with pranking people. And it wasn't even me pranking. It was just me watching someone else prank people by ding-dong ditching them. What would be the acronym for that? DDD? I don't think anyone would say the acronym. But yeah. Ooh, that was a nice jump. I didn't even hit the roof doing that. Oh, I'm getting better at this game. Okay. But yeah, so don't send me prank stuff. I'm just like, no. And I know a lot of the prank stuff on YouTube are just like all what's it called? Staged sort of stuff. So it's like they're friends and they're pretending like they've never met them before. That's why, you know, they that's why they don't get too much backlash for it. Because they know it's fake, but I feel like it's probably giving a lot of kids the wrong idea. They're like, oh yeah, I could just do this to people, to random people on the street, and it'll be alright because they'll think it's funny. Probably not the case. Probably not. And definitely don't prank somebody by, getting a boyfriend and girlfriend and then tattooing the words you're dumped on them without them knowing. Definitely don't do that. That's the worst of the worst. Is getting onto a TV show so you could prank your girlfriend and pretend that you're breaking up with her on TV. Oh. Come on, let me through! Let me in the tower! Can you even get up from here? I wonder if you could. What's over here? Nothing. Well, I guess that's one way to get up, right? Yeah, maybe this will just be our go-to. Just to jump across and then... Can we jump into it? That'd probably be too easy. Probably not. We can't jump that high. I wish. I wish we could just jump right into the tower to the left over here. We do have to go this way every time, though. So yeah, growing up, I was a very, very good kid. I never got in trouble. I never did anything, you know, wrong. I got blamed for a lot of things, so I guess That's my biggest crime, is not speaking up for myself. So I'll just be like, oh, I'm getting blamed for this thing I didn't do. I might as well say nothing so I don't get in trouble with my friends. That happened quite a bit. In which case, like, if my friends were breaking into, like, you know, a soccer field or something, like they wanted to grab their soccer ball, I'd be like, nope, can't do it. I'm just gonna stand out here while you guys, you know, either play soccer in the soccer field that's closed or grab your soccer ball that went over the fence. I would never be one to volunteer and be like, oh, I'll jump the fence. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Ah! There we go. Now that was a good jump. Whoop. Almost threw myself a little bit too far there. Alright, this is good. This is not good. Like, where do you go after this? How do you get up there? Oh, hold on. We gotta think about this. I think we're supposed to maybe get onto the left side and then jump over to the right? Is that too far for us to go? That's too much. Let's try... Just kidding, not that way. Actually, yes, that way. Alright. We just have to jump the right amount. That's what this whole game's all about. Jump in the right amount. There we go. Okay, what's up with that? Oh my god. That corner's there just to bonk me, isn't it? There we go. Alright. Okay. This is the highest point we've gotten to before. I forgot what this area is called. If anybody remembers, you can let me know. It just looks like you jump left and then right again. But this little step might be an issue. There we go. Bird. Give me the coin! Ooh. We found something secret. Day 187. It appears my journey is at its end. It seems it was not meant to be me after all. For so long I believed. But when I reached that place, there was nothing I could do. So you're talking about the winter place? Snowy place? Perhaps I can find some place to stay back in Bog Town. I wonder if they'll believe me. Well, that's promising. Super, super promising. Okay. Am I supposed to land on that stick? It seems I am. Okay. Good stuff. Too far. It's pretty calming up here. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I was trying to land perfectly on it. That's okay. Alright, so Bargenberg, and then we should see the name right now. Great Frontier. There we go. We're in the Great Frontier now. Very great. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. I have a meeting at like 3:30, so I seem to be getting an update on that. Okay, perfect. Okay. And I thought I had an interview today, but it's actually just a meeting for my master's class, so a little bit less exciting than a meeting, I would say. I mean, than an interview. Alright. Oh! Okay, at least I slide down there. And I don't go all the way back down to the bottom. Okay. Woo! Alright. We don't have to worry about it for a while now. Out of sight, out of mind. Okay. So, before I got distracted by being a tryhard, what were we talking about? I think we were just talking about school and whatnot. About how much of a goody two-shoes I was. I only ever went to the vice principal's office once. And of course, the vice principal, as in like every similar to every like high school movie ever, the vice principal of my school was very, very scary. I think he used to be in the military. He was bald and he had these furry eyebrows and he lifted, so he was like this huge guy. And it didn't really seem like he liked kids. Our vice principal did not seem like he did not look like he wanted to work at a middle school. He was just kind of there. But I only saw him once, and it was when I got beat up by a boy when I was a kid, and I was so scared when I went to the vice principal's office because he wanted to speak to me, obviously, about the incident, and I felt like I was in trouble. I'm like, what did I do to deserve this? I'm like, first I get beat up, and now I have to talk to the vice principal? Please. I would have, like, wanted to talk to, like, anyone else. But, he was like, okay, what happened? And he was, like, so, like, short and, like, curt, and he was just like, you know, what happened? What did you do? What did he do? That sort of thing. But it's the only time I spoke to the vice principal, and it only cemented my idea that he was, like, really scary. Because he didn't really show, you know, he wasn't like, oh, you know, we'll talk to both of you, we'll make this right, that sort of thing. It was more of like, you know, what did you do to, like, start this sort of thing. That's the impression that I got from him. And then, of course, there's all these stories going around school about, like, him, I don't know, running a prison and stuff like that. You know, the sort of rumors that middle schoolers would come up with. So it didn't help his image at all. And he walked around with his, like, hands behind his back, so we're like, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, this man is so scary. He doesn't, you know, walk like everybody else does here. And then the principal was like this guy. It was kind of like bad cop, good cop sort of thing. Like, if you got to speak to the principal, that was always, like, a really cool thing. But if you spoke to the vice principal, that meant you were really in trouble. It was, yeah. It was an interesting dynamic they had going there. And that middle school principal is, like, one of my favorites. He was fantastic. He's just, like, one of those guys that, you know, you'd see at, like, the Friday meeting. You know, school meeting, and he'd talk, and he'd be, like, super animated and stuff like that. Just, you know, somebody you could walk up to and, say hello and have a conversation with. And then the vice principal always, like, you know, spoke in, like, 1 to 2 sentences, even though it looked like he was supposed to, you know,
say a speech or something, he'd be like, "Thank you all for being here." And that's it. Whereas my principal would take like, 10 minutes to say one thing. It was interesting. I hope that when I become a teacher, I have a fun and cool principal. I don't know, maybe that vice principal was secretly cool. But only like when he was out of work. He just really wanted to keep the kids in line by acting like the bad cop sort of thing, sort of deal. And Bobando, you're saying that you wish you could draw. Yeah, me too. I've never fallen down that chute before. That was the first time I fell down there. 0 out of 10 would not fall right there again. Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to draw a lot of, what was it called? Happy Bunny, I think? It was like this comic. I drew a lot of Happy Bunny, which is basically just like a bunny that stands on 2 legs and like has like really edgy sayings like what were the Happy Bunny stickers? What did they used to say? It would be like, boys drool or something. So I drew Happy Bunny a lot because I thought that he was super cool when I was like in elementary school. I'm like, oh my gosh, a sticker that says boys drool? This is the coolest thing I have ever seen. So I drew that a lot, and then I learned how to draw anime eyes, so then I'll just draw all of my atrocious, cartoon figurines with anime eyes, and that would just make it look, 100 times better. If you are trying to draw something and it doesn't look right, just add, like, cute little anime eyes, and you're fine. Then it's fine. Then it looks great. You're trying to draw a landscape painting, just draw, some eyes on that hill. The hill has eyes. I was trying to do a joke there, but I've never seen the movie, so I think I butchered it. The hills have eyes? There you go. Plural hills. The hills have eyes. Just draw some cute anime eyes on it. Maybe write uwu a bunch of times around your drawing. Then it'll be super cute. And how's it going, Bobby? Oh, always overjump that. Always, always. Ooh woo. I sent Camel an ooh woo, but my autocorrect capitalized the first U and he got really upset. He's like, how dare you send me an ooh woo with a capital U? Everyone knows that there's supposed to be lowercase u's and a capital W. I'm like, oh man, it's just my autocorrect. I swear I know that. Oh, I need to start saying it with capital U's in the future. just to bother Camel. Also, I need to think of like a sound command for Camel. I want to like be one of his voice, but I don't want to take his voice without telling him. So I need to find like a sound clip of him saying something funny. Cause I like using like actual sound clips. For like the different sound effects on this channel. So I need a clip. If you guys have any ideas, a clip of Camel saying something funny. Or like a one-liner or something. So I can have that be his command on this channel. It'll sound like he's actually here. Oh. Maybe just like a sound clip of Camel saying "get good." That would be extra motivating.